Hey metalheads, you like tattoos? Of course you do. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, come on over the bridge to Clarksville, Indiana, and get you some ink done at Ageless Art. If ink isn't your thing, they have a piercing studio as well. Visit agelessartclarksville.com to see some frequently asked questions, meet the staff. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 12 to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m., all appointment-only spots. You can set up your appointments by phone at 812-283-1793 or email agelessarttattooandpiercing@gmail.com and someone will get you set up for your first or your next tattoo or piercing.
Hey, it's Jeff McNichol down here at Mom's Music, 1900 Melwood Avenue. I was just thinking, when I was a kid, the magic was at Frankfort Avenue, the Mom's Music at Frankfort Avenue, and I used to beg people to get a ride down there just to hang out with the guys and see all the cool gear. Now that I'm the owner of this store, it's like a dream come true. We're recreating the magic with the vibe that we used to have at the old store. We're carrying all the gear that you're going to possibly want. We're giving you the outstanding service and personal attention that you deserve. Yeah, so we've got the great guitar shop here. We're carrying USA Fender, USA Gibson, Paul Reed Smith, Gretsch, Jackson, Charvel. Anything you could possibly want, we're going to have it for you. Mom's is and always will be Louisville's music store.
Thank you for tuning into the Metal Forge. I am Mark Jackson and I am your host. The premise of the show is pretty simple. Awesome interviews and awesome music. If you want to contact me, hit me up at metalforgeradio@gmail.com or visit the website metalforgeradio.com. And now, let's get this show on the road.
What is going on, metalheads? Thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of the Metal Forge. My name is Mark Jackson and I am your host. Wow, what an awesome week it has been. Crazy stuff all around, feeling good for my people who have been able to go on vacation and such. I got a few friends that have been able to do that. That's so cool because I know in just about a month I'm going to be going on my own vacation to Hell's Heroes. I'm excited for it. This is going to be super cool. But anyways, today I have Toxic Ruin here actually at an in-person deal. Last week, I got to sit down with these guys in person and conduct a short interview with them before their show at Mag Bar in Louisville, Kentucky, when they were on tour with the March Radness Tour with Stonecutters and Lich King. And it was super cool. Guys were awesome. I mean, everybody in the bands were awesome that night. So it was a super fun time. Got to see some friends and just hang out and just have a good time, So I'm that guy at a show where when I am there, I try to pick up something from the band, whether it's a patch, a CD, an album, something. I used to not have enough money sometimes other than to get into shows sometimes, so I felt kind of bad. But now as I've gotten older and I've gotten to save a little bit more money, I've been able to pick up more things. Last week, I bought 7 CDs at one show. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot. But, I mean, with gas prices the way they are, I'm glad to have been able to help these guys. And I probably would have bought more Stonecutter stuff if I didn't already own it, But I picked up a copy, and I'd already had it on digital, but I picked up a physical copy of Nightmare Eclipse from Toxic Ruin, their latest album, released by M Theory Audio. It's so badass. Like, the layout is great. The artwork is amazing. If you all seriously take the time, go grab a copy of this. Like I said, the artwork is amazing. It's done by Mark Richards at heavyhand.net. It's so cool because it's kind of like Mothman, and it's just like these purples and reds. It's so old school looking. It is rad as shit. I imagine like they had a backdrop of this album artwork, and with the red lights from the stage, the red LEDs, it looked so badass. It was like all the reds were glowing. It was so cool. Y'all should see them with this backdrop for sure. It was such a good show, and I was glad to have went and been able to support. And thank God for Lich King, by the way, for having a shirt that would fit me. Because I'm a big dude. I wear big shirts. I like to wear even bigger shirts than normal. You know, like, I don't like tight fit clothing like a lot of people in the metal community do. But, you know, so kudos to those guys for keeping shirts big enough for me. Fuck yeah. And I can't wait to put your patches on the battle jacket. So we're going to check in with the other new reviewer. This is Jason Gardner. This is his first review on the Metal Forge. So give this guy a nice warm welcome. Shoot some emails. Shoot him some messages. You know, give him your contact info just as you would Athena. Give them the info to review your albums, because that's on them. You know, they just send it back to me and say, hey, here's who I'm doing this week. So it's super rad and super cool that, you know, I've got a couple of different people doing them now. So let's check in with Jason, who's going to be talking about Witchpit.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Jason Gardner. I'm an avid metal fan and the drummer for the band Temptation's Wings from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm stoked to be doing my first contribution to the Metal Forge podcast and talk to you about bands that you may not ever heard of, like the one today, which is Witchpit, who hails from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Their new album, The Weight of Death, is out on Heavy Psych Records. Witchpit features former members of Sign of the Southern Cross and Black Hand Throne. The lineup is Thomas White on guitar, Denny Stone on vocals, Zach Hanley on bass, and Mitch Moore on drums. The album was recorded at the world-famous Jam Room in Columbia, South Carolina, with Philip Cope. The Jam Room has recorded bands such as Baroness Kylesa and Black Tusk, to name a few. The album art was done by Nino Andaresta. So how heavy is Death, you may ask? Well, friends, the answer is crushingly heavy. 6 tracks of down-tuned, whiskey-soaked groove with exceptional tone and production await your ears. If you're a fan of Clutch, Crowbar, I Hate God, or any band in between, and worship the riff, then this album is definitely for you. The great thing about music is, no matter how detailed I can describe it, you still have no idea what it sounds like until you actually hear it. So on that note, please give this a listen and catch them on tour this year in support of the record. You can find them on Bandcamp, all the major streaming services, and YouTube. Also be sure to check out the 3 videos for the Blackened Fee, Weight of Death, and Fire and Ice, all from the latest album, Weight of Death. It's available on 3 different vinyl colors, black, limited edition swirl, and limited edition splatter, as well as CD and digital. It is available directly from the band on their Bandcamp and also from Heavy Psych Sounds for any international listeners. Please do yourself a favor and check it out. It's a killer album, front to back, play it loud, play it on vinyl. That's the way I listened to it first. It's the way all good music should be listened to. Analog and loud. Until next time, guys, stay safe and stay heavy.
Dude, Jason, thank you so much. That was such a rad review. Definitely going to check out Witchpit. Fucking right. So I want to bring up a question that I asked this past weekend. You know, that Metal Forge question of the week just kind of came back all of a sudden. And I asked, what band that is really good that you're just not a fan of? And I had so many responses from various platforms, from various places, various shares of the post. It was shared over 30 times. And I had probably at least 300 to 400 different people like commenting on there. And of course, you know, you got like the crazy things of like, there's so many Metallicas on there. There's so many, you know, the ones that are like really up there for me is like Rush. It's like, I'm a Rush fan. So like, I don't understand. It's like, what do you mean? Like Rush? Come on, it's Rush. But like, you know, from everywhere, Tool was a big one. Red Hot Chili Peppers, of course, Nirvana. All of these bands that, you know, like people said were really good. They just couldn't get into them. And it's interesting because like some of these bands, you know, Ghost is another one that a lot of people just threw out there, which is totally cool because people like what they like. So if there's something out there that you're not a fan of, give it a shot. Don't just sit there and because people say, "Oh, they fucking suck." Form your own opinion on it. I guess that's the biggest thing of what I wanted to say. But mine, I always wanted to say, but mine is Van Halen. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate Van Halen's ability, the technical ability from Eddie and Alex and Mark Anthony and David Lee Roth / Sammy Hagar and everybody that's been in the band. I just don't get on with it. I don't understand. It's not that I don't understand it, because there's songs that I like. Like, I like Hot for Teacher. But, like, one of the songs that really got me was, no pun intended, one of the songs that really got me with them was Running with the Devil. Because it's just like, there's almost no structure to the song. Which is cool because, it breaks down the barriers if it has to be a verse, chorus, solo, whatever. But it's just shenanigans in my opinion. But anyways, I digress. So look forward to more Metal Forge questions of the weeks coming as things go on. I'm not going to ask them every single week, but maybe once every couple of weeks just to throw something out there and see what's going on. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this interview. It is a little bit of a shorter interview this week, so, have fun with it. It is a little bit noisy in the background because we did this live in the bar as people were loading into the show. So it's really fun. It's really gritty. It's raw. It's awesome. It's toxic fucking ruin, baby. This is Divine Acclamation.
Towards the stars, searching for a life that transcends the bars. Sacrifice, give down the gods above. Zakara, place me inside their crowds. Give them the air we breathe. 2 sides or 3.
All right, Metalheads, I'm being joined right here in Louisville, Kentucky at the Mag Bar with the dudes from Toxic Ruin. Guys, what the fuck is going on?
Cheers. How's it going, guys?
This is going to be nice and echoey if you notice.
Yeah,
so I'm going to have to
nice
do some editing here. Nice room reverb.
It's extra
Yeah.
metal that way.
Just be glad you're playing on that side of the room as opposed to where you used to play on this side of the room.
Oh, really?
In between a bunch of arcade machines.
Oh,
and people still going out the door to smoke through the bands. Years ago stuff. So
This is a slick setup in here. I like it.
yeah, the Magnoliadome has really advanced over the last few years for sure. So you guys are on the March Radness Tour.
Yep.
Tell me how it's going right now.
It's been great. Venue's been fun. Crowds have been fun. No issues with anything so far. So.
Oh, you said it now.
You
You said it now. But hey, what kind of a fucking host am I? I didn't even ask. Would you guys go around the room and introduce yourselves to the fans and listeners of the Metal Forge?
My name's Steve. Bass and vocals.
My name is Blake. I play guitar and backup vocals.
My name's Dave. I play the drums.
I'm Jake, and I am the lead guitarist.
Nice. Awesome 4-piece with a fucking bass and vocals. I'm a bass and vocalist too. I appreciate that, and when any band does it, so
It's the best way to do it.
right.
More
Well,
room in the van that way.
More room in the van that way, and you don't have a singer not carrying shit.
That as well.
You
Been
know,
there.
at least strap the bassist as a singer, and then the singer has to carry the bass amp.
Perfect.
Our bass amp is non-existent though, so it's
Nice. So
we don't bring I haven't used a bass cab in years.
Nice.
So
a lot of people are doing that these days. I've noticed.
in my opinion, it's just smarter. I never get mic'd up anyway. Might as well just run direct. So.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 prior to that, even 10, 15 years ago, sound guys would just take the DI signal anyway. So.
For sure. And like I said, my deal with that has been I've always been DI'd as well, and why not? You know, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, it
as it
saves room. I don't have to carry a big amp that's heavy.
Right, because who wants to carry the fucking refrigerator around? You know, the Ampeg 8x10. Yeah, it sounds good, but let's think here for a minute.
Yeah.
So, tour's going well. We're here in Louisville. You've got how many more dates left?
We have 4, 6, or 7. Chicago, Madison, Minneapolis, Omaha, Fort Wayne, Detroit. That is 6. I counted in my head.
So, back in August of 2021, you all had a couple releases, 3 releases last year, to be exact. Is that right?
Well,
you had
full-
Ritual Rebirth, you had
Yeah.
Nightmare Eclipse, which was a single,
Yeah.
and then the actual Nightmare Eclipse album.
Yep.
Staying busy, because some of these you released, you know, there was one in February and then one in August, the 2 major ones. Tell me about these.
I think Ritual was released in December of 2021.
2020.
2020. Yeah, 2020.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah, it was
So-
released in December, and we had been shopping around for labels for a while prior to releasing that. We were just going to DIY it like we had previously.
Nightmare Eclipse was done the
Oh,
summer of
yeah.
2020. Completely
Wow.
finished.
Yeah.
And we were sending out
Press
press
kits
kits
to everybody.
everywhere.
So Bandcamp is a little bit outdated because it's saying that
Yeah.
from the release of things.
Yeah, I think that release would have been M Theory's release of it on Bandcamp.
Yes.
Okay, so that
when-
makes more sense.
Yeah, so when M Theory signed us, then we took down our version of it because then now they have the rights to the songs or whatever they're leasing. So then when they re-uploaded it, it would have been probably February. Seems about
Okay,
right.
so both of these were done in 2020, and you were just shopping them around and picked something up.
Yes. Yeah, so then February, I think, is when M3 announced that we were signed to them, and that's when they kind of took over, like, releasing things on their schedule for the plan for the actual album release. So
Definitely. So this is all fresh touring because of the pandemic. You really didn't get a chance to do much. I know you played some shows in 2021,
Yeah.
but this is the first real big ramp up of a tour then.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it's the same exact tour that we did 2 years ago when COVID shut everything down. We all got booked for the same festival again, and we decided let's redo the tour and finish it this time. So
Okay.
Yep.
Same tour lineup and everything.
Same band,
So
same-
Stonecutters and you
Lich
guys and Lich King.
yep.
Yeah, because that's when I had cutters on the last time was because that was the shutdown day.
Oh, really?
Was that night.
Okay.
And yeah, so totally.
Yeah, we had a blast on that first half run that we were able to do. So
And then
we might as well just fire it back up and keep going.
Definitely. And then also from there, didn't you all do a few, like maybe 2 like studio concerts where they were kind of live streamed?
Actually, as many bigger bands out there want to claim the title of this, we were the very first ones to live stream a concert across the nation.
Right.
COVID, yeah.
And I knew it was like that show for sure.
Yeah, literally everything shut down the night before or the day of. So we were in Worcester at Ralph's, and everything else was shutting down and canceling on us. So the next morning we got up and we were talking about what we wanted to do. Like, well, we got to like these places are canceled. This one's still open. Do we cancel the rest of the tour and just call it done? And then we were like, I don't remember who it was. We were like, we should just do a live stream. And then I was like, well, Brian has his studio, 20 minutes from here. Like, let's just do a live stream concert in the studio. And we literally on the way up to the studio, stopped at Best Buy. We picked up any cords we needed, any extra camera stuff, and we got there, troubleshooted everything, and then we were the first ones to do a live stream concert for COVID. So.
That's badass, and then everybody else sees that shit and goes, "Hey, we're gonna do that."
Yeah, cha-ching.
And it's different, I know, because just as if you're playing on TV or whatever, so there's no crowd interaction or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to gauge what's hitting and missing.
Yeah,
you just know from how you feel playing the stuff.
Yeah, and we did, because we were in really tight space and stuff. We did everybody just did kind of shorter sets for it, and we're just like, okay, let's just do a shorter set. And then while bands are changing over, me, Zach, and Nick, we're talking to the fans and stuff between
little comedy hours between
between sets, and we could get everything mic'd back up. And
Corona Man showed up.
Yeah,
Corona Man showed up. Wow, that's interesting.
Welcome to the night. You think you know Night Demon? Then the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast is for you. Step into the darkness as we peel back the curtain to give you an unprecedented, all-access look into the mind and the heart of the demon. We're talking band history, song analysis, studio anecdotes, stories from the road. It's everything a diehard Night Demon fan could want and more. This is the only place to learn the inside scoop, the deep dive trivia, the untold tales from the band members themselves and those closest to the Night Demon story. Need more? The sacred Night Demon Crypt will be pried open to reveal demo recordings that have never before seen the light of day. All with in-depth commentary by the band and the people who were there for the writing and recording process. This is a gold mine, a treasure trove of all things Night Demon. Head over to nightdemon.net or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey Metalheads, it's with great pleasure I get to tell you guys about a new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Ageless Art, New Albany. After 20 years of owning and operating Ageless Art in Clarksville, Indiana, Phil Garrett had a vision for a new type of tattoo studio. Something that is clean and modern, sleek, refined, inviting. And he's done just that with Ageless Art in New Albany. You can find it at 2736 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana, 47150. Business hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays are 12 to 6. All sessions are appointment only, so give them a call and go get you some new ink. Or if it's your first time, go get your first one, baby.
Hey guys, Wrestling Steve of the Wrestling Steve Show here. So if you're currently listening to the Metal Forge with Mark Jackson, then you understand that Mark Jackson has a pretty discerning taste when it comes to music as a whole. You'll also understand that he has a discerning taste for professional wrestling, just like me. My show is called the Wrestling Steve Show. I talk about modern and classic pro wrestling in a completely unbiased, unfiltered way. Be sure to check me out on all available podcasting platforms. That is the Wrestling Steve Show. And I am the host, Wrestling Steve. Just remember, like Confucius said, man who goes through turnstile in Thailand is going to Bangkok. Pro wrestling.
Hey, it's Mark Maxwell at Maxwell's House of Music. Listen, all this stuff is now available to purchase on our website. Check it out at maxwellshouseofmusic.com.
We carry all the top brands, like Fender.
We got Gibson.
We also have basses.
We've got ukuleles.
We got drums.
We've got sound gear.
We've got keyboards.
It's Gonna Get Weird is the name of the podcast. We're on season 2, so you have a whole season to get weird with Frank Green and Scott Clark. The best part is there's always laughter.
Oh, yeah, you can pull that out.
We have national touring comedians, NFL stars, rock stars, your local friends. It always gets weird. Weird answers.
Have y'all ever snorted coke off of a 78 Pinto? No? You ain't no man.
Weird questions.
Who had a bigger cocaine habit, Jock Sutherland or Kaywood Ledford? Neither one, because they stopped beating their wives.
And weird we never even thought of.
Well, no. My friend is on acid, and I sent my friend to go find a payphone so that I can call and turn myself in for murdering this guy and ruin my life.
We love all types of people, but we don't love all people.
Weird. It's Gonna Get Weird is the name of the podcast, available everywhere. And thank you to Big X Sports Radio for being a proud sponsor of It's Gonna Get Weird. Frank Green, Scott Clark. Yeah.
So, what does 2022 have in store for everybody? What's happening with you guys coming up?
Writing.
Yeah.
Writing?
Yeah. We got a couple of shows scattered throughout the summer, but I mean, other than that, we're just kind of going back to the grind.
Hell yeah.
So,
getting something new ready to go, so we can do this tour again next March. But it's like the Groundhog's Day tour.
Yeah. Every March we'll just do the same exact tour.
March Radness 57.
Yeah. Guess what, guys? It's the same lineup again.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, honestly, some of that stuff's kind of cool.
It is
because
cool.
it's almost as if it's like a touring show, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Because
kind of builds itself up after a while.
Yeah, because then you can, it's seeing somebody that's the same dependable bands, but with new material. It's like it's built in. It's like, hey, I know March, 16th, they're going to be at Magbar, So it's like, might as well come every year.
I don't know about next year, because they've been 2 years apart now, so maybe 2 more years. We might
that could be kind of cool. That could be
not
an
annual tour or anything, but so.
That's a lot of writing for every year anyway.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
That's work.
Definitely. That is a lot of work, because then you got to make sure that places are still there.
Yeah.
And venues are still there. So
that actually has been kind of an issue too. For there was a couple of shows that I was trying to book for another band coming into town, or by us up in Wisconsin, and everywhere I was reaching out to was either booked or they didn't survive anything. They're just like, yeah, we're actually shut down now. Or it's like, come on. I'm trying to help this other band out with a show, and I couldn't get anything for them, and I felt super bad about it.
Well, definitely. And even here, that's been a case as well. There's been places that have shut down that have been mainstays and stuff like that. So with a few dates left into the tour and everything, have you played your favorite show yet?
I think my favorite show so far was at Stamps. Where was that? That was in Buffalo.
Okay.
It was a fun night afterwards, too. A lot of shenanigans going on, so good bonding moment with all the other bands, too.
I don't think I have a favorite yet.
Okay.
I've enjoyed all of them equally, or disliked them all equally.
Right.
No, I've had a good time at every show and afterwards and everything like that. There's not like one huge standout show for me yet. Playing St. Vitus was cool. It's a legendary
Of course,
place.
yeah. And did Jeff run your sound up there?
No. I don't remember who was running our sound. It was a lady. I don't remember what her name was.
Okay. So let's go ahead and break over into some general profile questions to get this stuff out of the way before we, before any more crazy noise
we gotta
here.
load in.
What's your favorite food?
I'm a big fan of pizza. Yeah.
Like a pizza, plain cheese.
Meat pizzas all the way.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Same here.
Really,
I'm a
Mexican
simple guy.
Mexican?
Yeah. If I had to choose, probably burritos.
Nice.
Fully stacked.
Favorite food, I would definitely go with pecan pie. Warm pecan pie with ice cream.
That's great.
That's a dessert, not a food.
Well, I mean,
I guess it's edible. If we're going that way, then hams is my favorite food.
Right. Well, that's what my next question was going to be: beer or whiskey?
Both. Absolutely both for me.
Both.
Water. I do not drink.
Yeah, you were saying that. Good stuff.
Beer.
I can't take liquor.
Definitely beer.
Awesome. You said beer and whiskey. Do you have a whiskey preferred?
Steve's our house alcoholic.
Yeah, I'm the band alcoholic. But I've been drinking a lot of Old Smoky habanero or mango habanero lately.
Okay.
It's got a nice kick to it, a little sweet, nice kick. It's good whiskey. It's easy to drink. So
hell yeah. As long as it's not rot gut and shit like that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely puke, but I puke quite a bit when I drink, so. The handles over there, guy.
Getting it going now.
Yeah.
Favorite city to play?
Rivers. Our hometown shows are always wild, so that's my favorite.
I agree.
Anything.
Hometown shows.
Yeah.
Chicago's been pretty good to us.
I like going to Omaha a lot as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, anytime we go to like Nebraska or
South
Dakota kind of area, those shows are pretty wild.
Definitely.
I agree with Steve and Blake. Green Bay area.
Right. Hometown shows are always the best, yeah, because everybody knows everybody, I'm sure.
Yeah, that too.
And it's one of those things you could cut up and be a little loose and not have to be as perfectionist,
Yeah, and like all the bands that we always play with are always friends too, so everybody's just always having fun and stuff like that. So
ridiculous. Place, right? Yeah, it's atmospheric. Place you really don't ever want to go again.
Kansas. Anywhere in Kansas. I fucking hate Kansas.
Yes.
I will. If we're on a tour and there's like 3 Kansas states, I'm gonna say, yeah, we're taking 3 days off and we're not playing Kansas. I don't care who we're with. We could be out with Maiden and they could be playing Kansas. Except for Kansas City, that's the only place I'll go to because I don't know whether it's gonna be Kansas side or Missouri side. So right. Kansas City's the only exception. Anywhere else, that place can fuck off.
I agree with that. And where I said this is conversation based, my worst tour experience in my life was in fucking Kansas because the van broke down at 11 p.m. at night and it's the land that time forgot.
Yeah,
there is no 24-hour anything there.
We have homies that are in bands in Kansas and they don't even like playing Kansas.
Yeah,
I mean that says something.
I broke a timing belt on our van. Oh. And at 11 o'clock at night, like 4 times the same cop came back to the van being like, don't you have a tow yet or anything? It's like, no, motherfucker, you don't have a 24-hour tow. It's like, what the fuck you want me to do?
Go get one of your cop trucks and tow me.
No shit. Well, then they'd fucking impound it or some shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that. First concert you ever went to?
Ooh. Mine. Ooh. I feel like mine was Kiss.
Nice.
The first concert I like for my adult life was. Oh no, I take that back. Ozfest. Ozfest in 08 was my first show.
Okay, cool.
That I went to actually experience instead of honky tonk little Tommy shows.
Right.
First real thing was Ozfest.
Yeah, first an official big concert.
That was my first real concert and festival experience. And I was 14 years old and I loved it.
Nice.
It was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. My first show that I ever attended was Creator. They were touring for, I think, their Hordes of Chaos album. I was also 14 when I first saw that.
That was that one with Evil, right?
Yeah. So that was Evil played and Lazarus AD. So
nice.
From the Wisconsin area as well. That was sick. It was at the
Rave.
Rave.
Wild.
It was just 200 people packed into a little bar. So it was a great experience.
Yeah, that would have been
awesome.
I think.
Yeah,
sweet.
Hell yeah.
Ted Nugent at a county fair when I was 6 years old.
Nice. Hey,
sweaty old Uncle Teddy.
Aside from political views, I like Ted. I love his music. I just don't get on with him politically, which is understandable.
Jamming to some Wang Dang Sweet Poontang when you're 6 years old, though.
Right.
You're not doing anything wrong.
I absolutely love how he plays Cat Scratch Fever and says that's the second greatest riff in the world.
Yeah, right.
This is the first, and goes into Stranglehold.
Yeah,
it's
there's
always,
a little bit of an ego there. But.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it's Ted Nugent. They're supposed to be.
First show, 16, and that was Red had opened, and Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace.
Okay, so a little bit out of the metal vein here.
Yep. And the biggest thing that really reason why I enjoyed that show so much is I'm a huge Halo fan.
Okay.
And Breaking Benjamin does one of the music in the Halo 2 song "Blow Me Away."
Okay, cool. Right on. That. Definitely, it takes everything. We
even know a little bit more about Bannock.
Bannock was Jake was a little late to the metal party.
I might have seen Poison before I went to Ozfest at a county fair.
So it's county fairs.
Yeah,
it is, especially in that time period.
Yeah,
I never know.
It was all right around the same time. So one of my buddies' parents were like, "You guys want to go see Poison?" And I was like, "I guess, yeah."
Right.
I like Poison.
Since everybody's still carrying a lot of shit in, I'll need to do a few more. Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code MetalForge10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com. Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code MetalForge to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. Check it out now. Since 2013, there has been a calling from the underground, from the graves of all those unholy, and they decided to make a zine to talk about all of this. Soulgrinder Zine, an independent metal zine to keep you informed on all things metal and horror from the underground. Available in both print and digital formats, they're bringing you the best interviews and reviews out there today. Not only do they do the zine, but they also do compilation CDs. Check them out at facebook.com/soulgrinder.zine and start your subscription now. Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor of the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code MetalForge10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com. Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code MetalForge to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. shop.bigcartel.com. Check it out now. Since 2013, there has been a calling from the underground, from the graves of all those unholy, and they decided to make a zine to talk about all of this. Soulgrinder Zine, an independent metal zine to keep you informed on all things metal and horror from the underground. Available in both print and digital formats, they're bringing you the best interviews and reviews out there today. Not only do they do the zine, but they also do compilation CDs. Check them out at facebook.com/soulgrinder.zine and start your subscription now. Most unpopular music opinion.
Creed fucks hard.
Most popular what?
Most unpopular music opinion. Oh. Creed is sick.
Okay. I don't know if I don't know if anybody here will top that.
Yeah. You don't have any respect for him anymore, do you?
Alright, when I'm hammered and I'm singing karaoke in Layton's garage, that's all I sing is Creed because it's sick and funny. So
I don't know, honestly.
You don't have an unpopular music opinion?
Oh, I got another actually better one.
I don't dislike any music to the point to where I hate it. I don't listen to certain genres of music just because I can't get down to it, But I won't hate on anything. I don't have any negative views on anybody, making music that makes them happy.
So another good one is Van Hagar over Van Roth. I am 100% on board with that.
Okay. Wrong answer.
No. Zach.
Van
Hagar over Van Roth, right?
All day.
Thank you.
All day.
All vocalists say the same thing.
Right.
Sammy's better, dude.
Mine is... There's nothing wrong with a metronome.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a metronome.
Very true.
There's a lot of old school guys out there that will say they ruin the music, period, but no.
I knew somebody that said they were inaccurate.
And especially if you're practicing, it's fucking required at that point.
And I would second to Dave on that metronome for me as well.
Way to be original there, buddy.
Bannock also
Have we
agrees with
forgotten
Van Hagar
how
over
bad
Van
I
Roth.
am?
Right.
Bannock might actually like the third singer of Van Halen better than all the other ones.
Gary Sharon?
Is that what he? I don't even remember.
I don't know his name.
Gary
Yeah.
Sharon.
Do you have any shout outs you want to give to anybody before we go?
Quick shout out to Blitz King and Stonecutters guys for doing this again with us. Everybody who's come out to a show, either on this run or ever, or seen us or checked out our music, we appreciate it more than you guys can know. So.
Thanks to anybody out there who's bought a t-shirt, CD, anything, even online, it really helps out.
Absolutely.
Thank you as well for having us on
Dude,
here.
seriously, thank you all for doing the show this week, which will actually air next week.
Also, a quick shout out Ham's Beer for keeping me fueled.
That's absolutely right. And as always, links will be listed below, so please give a like, a share, a follow, go buy merch, do whatever you can to support these guys and keeping their trade and their craft out there on the road and making albums and out in fucking full force. So, final question of the day. What album changed your life?
Operation Mindcrime.
I'm going to be slightly unoriginal and say Rust in Peace. I remember when I was a very small child, my dad was playing that in the car, and it immediately caught my ear. And ever since then, it's been...
I don't think that's too unoriginal.
It's a great
No, I mean, you would be surprised. I mean, that's actually not an answer I get a lot of. I get more Master of Puppets than anything.
Oh, okay.
And that was actually the first thing that popped in my head. But I think And Justice for All was probably more of a musical changing moment for me because it made me dive into even heavier music.
Right.
You know,
That's-
to me,
I get
Master
that.
of Puppets was 110% perfect. It was the best album I could listen to. When I heard Justice, I was like, man, you can be heavier. What else is there?
Without a low end.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it would be Hate Crew Death Roll, Children of Bodom.
Okay.
Specifically Needle 24/7. The moment I listened to that song, it was just, ever since then I've been drawn to metal and crazy leads and solos and
I actually did not pick up a guitar before that point.
Actually, I'd also have to say it's a tie with the Damn Yankees self-titled.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
As well. When I was younger, I used to grab
which is a great album.
It is amazing.
You know, it's for a super group.
Tommy Shaw was my idol for the longest time.
Okay.
I wanted to be Tommy Shaw, and then I started playing bass instead. So.
Understandable.
Yeah.
But, and like I said, you know, for a super group, because there's a lot of super groups that get together and do stuff and don't really put out great material.
Yeah.
That album, the follow-up wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's total.
Damn Yankees self-titled though. That's it's got a special spot in my heart.
And High Enough was my wedding song.
Really?
Shit you not.
Nice. Guys, so off of the latest album, what are we going to play out today?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything except for the
Well, not every song on the album. We're playing everything in the set off the new album.
No, I meant for us to play out on the show.
Oh, okay, that one. Well, come to tonight's show and you'll see all the new songs anyway. But Defiler.
Yeah, I would say let's go.
Or even the title track, Nightmare.
Yeah, I'd say Nightmare for me.
All right.
That's my favorite.
I like playing that one.
Yeah.
Nightmare?
Defiler's my favorite.
So you heard these guys. It's Nightmare Eclipse. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of The Metal Forge. I want to take a minute to remind you guys about the Patreon page. Over on the Patreon page, we have the tiers set up to support the production of the show. We feature the Down and Dirty, which is just $1. There's nothing special for that one, it just sends me a thank you, because every dollar helps. Then there's the Double Down and Dirty. Much akin to the Down and Dirty tier, everything helps produce the show in the end. You make your presence known, and I appreciate that more than you realize. Thank you for being a dedicated friend and supporter to the Metal Forge. By selecting that tier, you will receive some cool Metal Forge stickers in your mailbox. Now, we're really going to start pounding the metal madness with the Apprentice Metalhead for just $5 a month. By becoming an Apprentice Metalhead, you'll be given early access to the shows, published 24 hours before everyone else gets it. You're also going to receive 3 entries in any contest that we do here at the Metal Forge. You're also going to receive a 10% discount on all Metal Forge merch, and you're going to receive a sweet Metal Forge patch for your battle jacket or backpack. And now, here is the big one. This is the Master Metalhead for just $10 a month. By becoming a Master Metalhead, you will receive a hand-numbered Metal Forge Master Metalhead membership card. You're going to be given early access to the shows as well, with 36 hours before everyone else. You're going to receive 5 entries in any contest that we do here at the Metal Forge. You'll be able to submit audio questions that I will use on the show of you asking questions to the upcoming guests. Remember, timing is everything, and you will need to keep up with the upcoming guest list on the website. You're also going to receive advanced knowledge of any new merch coming out and be given a 25% discount on all Metal Forge merch. And you're also going to get all of the other rewards from the other tiers. So visit patreon.com/Metal Forge Radio today and help support the Metal Forge. Rock on.